Think this is a challenge? Try raising 2 superpowered kids.
Hero shooters are the genre where hardcore gamers can devote thousands of hours trying to master their favorite heroes. And casual gamers somehow still end up spending way too much money on skins and other cosmetics that they'll never use. It's a competitive, chaotic, and sometimes a downright infuriating world. And with the success of games like Overwatch 2 and Apex Legends, everyone and their uncle wants a piece of the pie. So, has anyone actually managed to compete with these titans? Well, today, we're diving into Marvel Rivals, the latest contender in the hero shooter arena. Will it rise to the occasion, or will it crash and burn like Uncle Ben's chances of survival? Welcome back to Video Game Anti-Review, the channel that only critiques the genre's biggest annoyances. As a reminder, our anti-review grading scale is a 0, 1, or 2. A 0 means the annoyance is non-existent. A 1 means it's there but not excessive. And a 2 means it's alive, well, and probably ruining your day. The lower the scores here at Anti-Review, the better. And at the end of the video, we'll tally up the scores and give Marvel Rivals a final rating out of 10, where 10 is the absolute worst and 0 is absolute perfection. Now, before we dive in, I have a disclaimer. Marvel Rivals is a live service game, so I'm reviewing it as it stands in its 1.5 season. If you're loving or hating the game, let me know why in the comments below. And if you end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing and liking this video to see more anti-reviews. Anyone that has played a hero shooter, and if you're watching this, I am guessing you will know from experience, the games always struggle with unbalanced heroes. When these games launch, there are always a select few heroes that are crazy unbalanced, and hence that is the hero you see in every single match. And Marvel Rivals is not immune to this. I get it, it must be difficult to perfectly balance heroes when considering the factors that go into that playable hero, and what can counter that specific hero on the other team. But with each update, rebalance, or a new hero, there is always going to be a shift in what group of heroes are the new meta. Marvel Rivals has struggled with this, and I suspect they'll continue to struggle with this. Although they have done a much better job at balancing than some of the other hero shooters, and with them at least seemingly caring about their community for the time being at least, I have hope that they'll continue to listen to their community and make the necessary changes. For the score, I am going to give them a 1 out of 2, as although there are some unbalanced characters, I do think the parent company, NetEase, is listening to their community and listening to the concerns and trying to address those in the updates we have seen thus far. Toxicity and hero shooters pretty much coincide at this point. I am sure we have all had the experience of having a fellow teammate start assaulting our eardrums when the game does not end in our favor, or when heals do not come fast enough when they are terrible positions and are out of line of sight of their healers. Now don't get me wrong, when you have a front row seat while two teammates start hurling insults at each other, it can be a great time. But when it happens every match, it can become a lot when you're just trying to have some fun on a video game that was designed to be just that, fun. In my experience with Marvel Rivals, I have been pleasantly surprised by the lack of toxic teammates I have encountered while climbing within ranked. The game also does have a nice pin system that is easy to use, and I have had the majority of my teammates just use this feature. The teammates that have chosen to use comms have been great. Also, it is important to note that the game does have your standard mute and block options within their menus, giving those options to their players. Now I have seen the clips of the toxic lobbies, and it will be interesting to see how NetEase tries to combat this as the game progresses. But for right now, with my experience, I'm giving this a 0 out of 2, as the game has developed a solid ping system and has set limitations within chat to combat the toxicity that often impacts the hero shooter genre.
I am Groot!
More bad guys. Just what we need.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Catch my back.
Judge, jury, executioner! I am
Is there no better feeling than spawn killing the entire team again and again and again? No? Is it just me that thinks it's great killing bots over and over again without mercy? Unfair matchmaking, especially in ranked, is a huge problem within the hero shooter genre. Everyone has had that game where you have either been part of the team that ruthlessly destroys the enemy team as the other team just throws the match. And on the other hand, we have all had that team that has been killed the moment you walk out of spawn. Both of these cause frustration and people breaking their controllers, keyboards, or even monitors. Marvel Rivals does have that issue, but it does come with a caveat. The game itself puts in players that are similar ranks within ranked matchmaking. Now this does not mean there are not one-sided matches, as there is obviously player skills, team balancing, and people throwing matches that often lead to one side destroying the other. But when you have both teams that want to win, there are truly some epic moments that come out of this game. But how does the game do outside of ranked? While playing casual or arcade games, it is a hit and miss. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a lobby where you are having the best game of your life, and other times you are dying more often than you're spamming the fire button. With all that being considered, I am grading this annoyance as a 1. While ranked seems to have a great system overall, the casual games could use some balancing to make this a better experience for all players.
Probably got some special insight about Doom, right?
Which Doom?
Yeah, both?
Can we just focus on what we're doing here?
We all know the importance of metas. There are whole websites dedicated to hero shooter metas, as they can get confusing as to who you should use and who you need to switch to counter a specific hero on the other team. As hero shooters often have a very competitive scene attached to them, it can seep down into even the most casual of lobbies. When a game is on the line and your team is yelling at you to change heroes, it can often lead to a frustrating experience, as you are just wanting to relax and play your favorite character in casual. But how do Marvel Rivals handle their metas? It is not great. I have definitely played other hero shooters that had worse metas. That being said, I think there's a lot that NetEase could do to make their metas more balanced so that people could play the heroes they want and not feel like they're missing out on the best parts of the game. As for the score, I'm going to give my first 2 on the channel, as this is prevalent in the game, and the changes they have made thus far have not boosted my confidence that they will limit the metas in this game. Now I hope I am proven wrong in the future updates, as I love playing the game and want this to succeed in the future.
Feeling fantastic.
Now I see them. Oh my, invisible?
Progression in games used to mean leveling up your character and choosing what you wanted to upgrade. But with free-to-play games becoming so much more popular, battle passes and cosmetics have been on the rise in the gaming industry, and they have seen so much success that we will probably never see them disappear. And I don't think we really should, as it has helped games stay cheap to play and we can pay for only what we want. That being said though, developers often cross a line between offering awesome cosmetics and amazing rewards to make players pay for certain skins or cosmetics that obviously have an advantage in-game, or have the player having to log in every day to play hours upon hours to obtain that sweet in-game currency and get that skin that everyone wants in the battle pass. So, does Marvel Rivals have a grindy progression or pay-to-win mechanics? After more than 2 months of playing and experiencing their store and battle pass, I would say yes. By definition, they have a grindy progression. I do want to clarify though, as a casual player, I do find that the progression is a bit of a grind to get any meaningful rewards out of the battle pass. That being said, I do know with these games, it is encouraged that players play daily and often for quite a long time each day. If you want Marvel Rivals to be your sole game, the rewards could be worth it and the grind may be more rewarding as it gives you more work to do. All I can say is I have not seen pay-to-win mechanics at all with my time in the game. I am giving this a 1 due to the grindy progression that I experienced playing the game. Although, this may be a positive for those players that are solely playing Marvel Rivals, as it will give them more to work towards. Overall, Marvel Rivals has scored a 5 out of 10 on the anti-review rating scale, and that is a Meh-tastic. It is the definition of average. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just there, and that's almost worse. The unbalanced heroes, ever-changing meta, grindy progression, and problems within matchmaking and casual lobbies brought the score down. Although there is something about this game that makes me keep coming back to it. I do hope that with further updates that they continue to listen to their player base and continue to make this game better. And they have a better path forward than other hero shooters. Looking at you, Overwatch. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell to see more anti-reviews.
I've always been a heavy hitter. Be proud of what you did here.
The moon is up.